No one expected her quiet response to silence a room packed with Navy SEALs, Marines, and senior officers. Now, that was before anyone realized who she truly was. It began on a gray, rain-soaked afternoon at the cafeteria on Naval Base Coronado. The room hummed with sharp laughter, clattering trays, and the rough humor that keeps warriors awake after relentless days of training. At a table near the back sat Lieutenant Commander Blake Hall, a seasoned member of the United States Navy SEALs. His scars told stories without words. He was confident, quick-witted, and known for reading people in seconds. That day, he read someone wrong. She stepped inside without drawing attention, a petite woman in plain fatigues, no visible rank, no name tape, no unit patch. Her posture was flawless, her stride balanced and composed. There was a quiet softness about her, unusual in a room built on toughness. Most barely noticed her. Blake noticed everything. He saw her eyes sweep the room not nervously, but with deliberate awareness. He watched her pause before choosing an empty table. He noticed the way she ate, slow, measured, unhurried, like someone who carried responsibility without needing to display it. At Blake's table, a few SEALs exchanged grins. New recruit? One muttered. No patch, no rank. Maybe admin, another joked. Blake chuckled. Admin, wandering into this cafeteria? She's either lost or bold. He didn't intend harm. But sometimes even light jokes land heavier than expected. Tray in hand, he approached her table. Conversations dimmed, not out of respect, but curiosity. Blake wasn't cruel, just direct. He stopped in front of her, so he asked casually, "What's your rank?" She didn't answer immediately. She finished her bite, set down her fork, then lifted her eyes to meet his. Her gaze was steady calm in a way that unsettled even the strongest. "I've been asking around," Blake continued lightly. "No insignia, no name? You undercover or something?" A few laughs rose behind him. He leaned slightly closer. "Come on, what's your rank?" Her voice was soft, controlled, precise. "I don't hold a rank." Blake blinked. "Then what do I call you?" She held his gaze. "Director." Somewhere across the room, a tray hit the floor. Conversations died mid-sentence. Every SEAL turned. Director only. A handful of people in the entire military structure carried that title, especially within special operations. And none of them moved alone, without security, without an entourage, without visible authority. Certainly none stood barely over 5'4", composed and unassuming. Blake swallowed. Director of what? She straightened slightly. Joint. Special Operations Oversight. The weight of it settled instantly. She was the civilian authority overseeing classified missions, approving operations, evaluating elite units, including his team. "You wanted to know who I am?" she said evenly. "Now you do." Blake's confidence drained. The cafeteria was silent even. The kitchen staff had stopped moving, but she wasn't finished. "Rank does not define competence," she said, "and competence does not require recognition. Without insignia, because I want to see how people treat others when they believe no one important is watching." The words struck harder than any reprimand. A young SEAL petty officer, Jordan Reed, stood awkwardly. "Ma'am, we didn't know." "I know," she replied. No anger. No humiliation. Just clarity. Blake found his voice. "Ma'am, I meant no disrespect, I understand. But intention and impact are not the same. You're a leader, Lieutenant. Commander, your tone sets the standard. You joke at someone's expense, even lightly, others follow, like it faced combat, chaos, and gunfire. Yet being corrected with such calm authority felt more exposing than any battlefield." He lowered his head slightly. "You're right. I didn't come to discipline anyone," she continued. "I came to observe, and to speak with your team." For the first time, they noticed fatigue behind her eyes, not physical exhaustion. He sat immediately. "You're preparing for a high-risk deployment," she said. The air grew heavy. "I've reviewed your record's performance, morale, leadership patterns. Care deeply for your team, but you carry too much alone." Blake looked up, stunned at how clearly she saw him. "You deflect pain," she said gently. Strength protects others, but sometimes strength is honesty. Her voice trembled, just slightly. My brother was a SEAL, but I knew he was tired. He carried too much. He never asked for help. She paused, steadying herself. When he died, they said it was unavoidable. The mission. Later I learned he was. He hid it from everyone, including me. To make sure no one else loses a brother, a friend, a leader, because they believed they had to be invincible. Felt his chest tighten. We're sorry for your loss. Good. Starting today, we work together, not as director and operator, but as people fighting the same fight. The silence in the cafeteria was no longer tense. He rose, straighter than before. Thank you, Director. A small smile touched her lips. Call me Lena. She left as quietly as she had entered. But this time, every eye followed, her not with curiosity, but admiration. Blake returned to his team. No one teased him, no one laughed. They understood something had shifted. One of them murmured, "She's incredible." Blake nodded. Yeah, and she's right. For the first time in years, he let his guard lower just a fraction. Their next mission would still be dangerous. The risks hadn't changed. But now they carried something different with them. The understanding that strength and vulnerability could coexist. That leadership meant more than toughness. It's sometimes the quietest voice in the room holds the greatest authority. Her answer had silenced them. Her truth changed them.